Hello, this is Laura, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to use Figjam to complete an assignment. So to start with, I'm just going to go over some basic Figjam tools, and the first one is zooming. So to start, I'm just going to zoom all the way out to give you an idea of how big our Figjam board is. For other assignments, we might be using more of the Figjam board, so as you can see, it's very big. But for this assignment, we are only using a very small part of it. And we're going to start with just some basic tools that we can use in this Figjam application. So zooming in and out is something we're going to need to learn how to do, and we can do that as we do on like our phones or our iPads using pinching gestures. So zooming in by pulling our fingers apart and zooming out by pinching them together. You can also scroll with your mouse if you're using a PC. And using Command plus Scroll on a laptop as well. Okay, and we're also going to need to move around the Jamboard, and we can do that by using the little hand tool. And so as we can see right now, I have the Select tool. So if I want to switch to the hand tool, then I'm able to grab onto the screen and pull it. If I want to do this quickly, let's say I have my Select tool, and I don't want to pull my cursor down there to select the hand tool, I can just type H on my keyboard and it turns into the hand tool, and then I can click Escape to go back to the Select tool. Okay, so then I'm ready to drag my screen over here to talk about the next thing. Now there might be an occasion where we select something and delete it accidentally, and that's okay, because if that happens, we can undo it by just doing Command Z, and it will undo whatever we've done. In this case, deleted something we needed. Okay, and so the next thing we're going to talk about is the toolbar, and so this is an image of what we have down here at the bottom of our Jamboard screen. So, so we've already talked about the Select tool and the Hand tool. We also have a Marker tool, which has lots of different options here. We can have a highlighter, we can have some tape, eraser, we can change the size of a marker, the colors, and even get more custom colors. Okay, after the marker tool, we have some stickies. We won't need any sticky notes for this assignment, but for other assignments we will. And same goes for the shapes. We won't need these for this assignment. But we will be using the text box tool. So, and I'll be showing you how to do that in just a sec. And then again, for other assignments, there are section tools. We can create tables. There are stamps, these different kind of stamps, and then some emojis that we can use, and we'll be using this for the second part of our assignment. Okay, so I am going to now go down to the instructions for this assignment. So step 1, we are going to use the text tool from our bar at the bottom of our screen to type our answers on these 3 documents here. And we'll zoom in so we can see those better. When we click on the text tool, we will have the option to change the font size. Okay, so you will click on the link to the article using the Select tool. You will read the article 3 times because we're going to have 3 close reads. And then we will come back here to complete these questions. So Like I said, we're going to be using the text tool to type our answers. So to show you what that looks like, we're going to select the text tool. And I've already written my name here, but if I wanted to, say, add the date, let's see, today is July 7th. Okay, now this is too big, and so if I want to change the size of that, I can make it small, and I can be even more specific, and change the font size here as well. Maybe I want it 12-point font, and that makes it quite a bit smaller. And then if I'm not happy with the placement, I can drag my text box. So that is how you will use the text tool. And as you are completing these documents, you're probably going to want to zoom in so you can see them, see what it's asking better. Okay, once you've done your close readings and completed each of these documents, you will, let's zoom out, go on to step 2, which is the discussion. And so you need to use the select tool to click the link. You'll follow this link to the discussion board. And I already have this link open here, so I'll explain what we're going to do on the discussion board. So I have the instructions for the tools up here again in case you need them. But the instructions for this assignment are here. So after you've read the articles and you've answered those questions, you are then going to answer these questions on this Jamboard. Now the difference is your classmates will also be putting their answers here. So you'll be able to see what your classmates think, and if you like what they have to say, you can give them a thumbs up. If you have a question about maybe something they've responded, you can use a little question mark. So each person will type their answer on an individual sticky. So I will write my answer on this sticky to that question. And what I would like you to do is, once you've written your answer to that question, I'd like you to make sure that your name is going to show up down here at the bottom. And if you don't see it, it means that you need to click this button here at the end. So you can see if I click it, it goes away, but I want to make sure that we can see who answered this question so that we can have a good discussion about it. Okay, so I think that gets us started. If you have any questions, let me know.